2008 didn't go as Ryan Villopoto had planned. His Supercross season was marred by horrendous crashes, which led to the title going to Honda's Trey Canard in a fierce one-on-one battle. And when his young teammate Austin Stroupe rode off with the overall win at the Motocross Lites season opener, it looked like the shine was officially off the defending champion star. Bringing it to the checkered flag.
Austin Stroupe has totally spoiled the party.
The series then moved to Hangtown, and Villo Podium reminded us all why he's already being compared to the greats. Can he go out a three-time champion?
To the checkered flag he goes as Ryan Villopoto wheelies himself across the line once again.
5 straight wins has the two-time champ comfortably ahead in the points. Now he returns to the site of his epic Motocross of Nations win as the series heads to Budds Creek, Maryland for round 7 of the AMA Motocross Lites. We drop the green here on Speed. Yes, the first half of this championship season has been very green. We'll see if the second half is the same, because we move into the second half of the 2008 championship. This is the Monster Energy Budds Creek National Round 7 of the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship from Budds Creek, Maryland. What a place, what a venue, what a crowd. We say welcome everyone. Lee Diffie along with Jeff Emig, and as always, Aaron Bates with us as well. We're very excited about this round. Can anyone take the fight to Ryan Villopoto is the question. We highlight just how tough that task is, because Villopoto almost has a 100-point margin over Suzuki's Ryan Dungey, and then it is incredibly tight, third all the way back to 8 to Jason Lawrence. It's a very interesting championship in 2008. We'll talk more about those points as we go on, but first of all, we have to show you the Toyota Lites Moto 1 highlights. The gates drop. Who would have their nose in front? And it was Suzuki's Ryan Dungey with a brilliant start.
Geico Honda. Trey Canard comes out out of the second turn in first. Villopoto was third, but it was Nico Izzi that would just power his way to the front of this group. Went from a 4th place start, passes everyone. Looks like Nico's going to be the guy to win this moto, and then it started unraveling for the Suzuki rider.
Villopoto, once in front, was never headed. It was again a dominant display from Ryan. The first 5 or 6 laps of this opening moto were just frantic. Canard was the next one to line up for a shot at Izzi, and then Brett Metcalfe was fighting with Ryan Sipes. That was a fairly straightforward execution on that pass. No worries with that. This was a nervous moment here. Matt Gerke collides with Brock Tickle, and they were able to get away with that one, but that was quite an awkward situation. The 1-2-3 of Metcalfe was on a roll.
And Metcalfe here trying the outside line with Nico on the inside, and it was the outside with all the momentum. The lines definitely changed in the first moto. Ryan Sipes with another fantastic ride. He's working on Izzi also. Just phenomenal racing all the way through the pack here. And Izzi holds on, finally picks up on the outside line through that East Coast sweeper.
And Kyle Cunningham on the 58. This was an outstanding performance from the Honda rider, who just kept getting better and stronger and faster as the moto went on. But up front, boy, it was a huge winning margin, some 18 seconds to Ryan Villopoto. He looks behind to see where they were. Well, they were a long way behind as we take you to our Toyota Trucks scoreboard for the results of Moto 1 of the Motocross Lites, and we go through Villopoto, Canard, Dungey, the top 3.
And one of the outstanding rides of the moto was Josh Grant, who had trouble getting his bike started as the gate dropped all the way up to 9th place from a last place start. Josh Grant definitely looking for a better finish in the second moto.
Progressive pre-race report, we say hi to Aaron Bates.
The number 30 of Jake Weimer is one rider who underestimates his ability of riding, but he also underestimated his pain tolerance. The practice of Redbud, he crashed and injured his left shoulder. Since then, he managed to salvage a 13th place at Redbud. But this week, only one day on the bike, which was Thursday. But before that, every single day at the therapist, including on Wednesday, 2 times a day. It just goes to show you what a drug adrenaline really is.
Weimer had a very impressive run in the opening moto. We'll look for more of the same from the Honda rider in Moto 2. Are you ready for it? We are. We're looking forward to it. And that question still begs, will Villopoto continue to dominate? He is looking for his 3rd consecutive Budds Creek win. Budds Creek, everyone, we're about 40 miles southeast of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., on a very hot day here in the Northeast. We're gearing up. We're ready for Moto 2 of the Motocross Lites class. And as always, the Honda race format stays the same. It's a 2-moto format, and the highest points total gets the win. Now, in the event of a tie, the rider with the highest finish in Moto 2, this one here, as we know, is the important one, and Villopoto remains the man to beat. Well, when we talk West Coast Supercross Lites, the man to beat was Jason Lawrence. When we talk about Lites in the opening Moto this year, Jason Lawrence was the man to beat. However, this very talented 21-year-old has had several off-track indiscretions this year. Some of them more serious than others. The most recent one, the most serious. And sadly, for Jason Lawrence, that has led to the AMA suspending him indefinitely. There's a little more detail here, and it was for unacceptable behavior detrimental to the sport. And it led to him being arrested, and that was at the most recent round at Red Bud in Michigan. This was the AMA's reaction to the situation.
As it stands right now, Jason is suspended indefinitely. We are working with Jason, communicating with him and some of the people around him to see what his progress is, and we just hope that he can get things turned around so that we can see him back out on the racetrack someday.
Yeah, well, you know, his behavior was totally unacceptable. I think the AMA has acted appropriately. You know, his sponsors and the people that work hard for him, they're interested in success and winning championships, not the direction and not the behavior that he has had off track. And so hopefully he makes some changes in his life and come back and be champion again.
You can see the riders there on the Suzuki starting grid. Ready to go, moments away from Moto 2. Villopoto, Canard, Dungey, Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki, the order from Moto 1. And as we mentioned earlier, a lot on the line here for Ryan Villopoto as he's trying to create his own special piece of history by getting 3 consecutive wins in the Motocross Lites class here at Budds Creek.
Which would be a phenomenal feat, but he just really is dialed in here. Showed us the first moto, likes this track, just great line choice. He's got his mojo working.
The riders really felt the full effect of the heat in Moto 1. We saw some riders fatigue and fade, others who their physical training regimen really did them well towards the end of the 30 minutes plus 2 laps. As the 30-second board appears, there was a slight delay waiting for Josh Grant, and again it seemed he had problems with his Honda, just like in Moto 1, but there he is, ready to roll.
The engine's running. Let's see if Grant can put together a great start here and get back up into the top 5. Take a look at Mike Brown, former champion in this, on this gate also.
And a 2-time winner here at Budds Creek in the Lites class. Final moto of the day for the Lites. Here we go. It's one of the Geico Power Sports Hondas that gets the whole shot. Who is it? To be precise, Trey Canard at the front yet again. Beautiful start. Where's Villopoto? Is he buried in the pack?
And Josh Grant, Canard's teammate, just got the bike running this moto, had problems the first moto. He's in second. Dungey setting in third.
And fifth for Ryan Villopoto on this opening lap.
That's Justin Brayton on the MDK KTM that's in fourth, and Villopoto just behind him. Looks like Davolo's trying to sneak in there.
Yeah, the 577. 577 of Martin Davalos, a much better start and a much better run. Just loses some balance. Left foot got off the pegs there. Gets back in the groove now, though.
You notice the track, the racing surface, they put down some water here in the bumps, and they've even smoothed out that section. There's going to be some water holes in between the bumps on the track. Deep, deep ruts. Very difficult, rough track here for the second moto at Budds Creek. Remember, in between motos, we have a motocross class. First moto would have been in between these two.
Running in the reverse direction to what it was at the Motocross of Nations last September. Ryan Villopoto commented to Aaron after the first moto. He said, I actually prefer it the other way around to how it is today. But nonetheless, everybody is competing on the same track. We all have the same circumstances and conditions to deal with. And we remember where Ryan helped lead.
Oh, Grant's.
Josh Grant got off balance but manages to stay on the bike. That was close.
And in the meantime, our champion, Ryan Villopoto, worked his way past Ryan Dungey. Grant makes the mistake. Both riders get past him. Grant not letting up one bit. He's got some points to make up.
Villopoto brilliantly led the US to a win, I should say, in the Motocross of Nations last year. Let's take you back to show you what happened to Josh Grant. Talk us through.
Here's Canard. Grant cross ruts there. The line came down through the inside. Grant just got his way to the left side of the bike on the high side. And that's because it could have been very wet inside of there, inside of those ruts. The ruts are starting to harden up now. Earlier in the day, they'd be very soft and muddy. Now they're starting to dry out, but they're deep, rough ruts out there. Track's so difficult. See where they're coming through here. Villopoto taking the middle. Oh, his foot comes off. Still pulls the tear off, back on it. Look at Villopoto riding a smooth line here. They smoothed out that turn so these Lites riders could make that tabletop at the bottom. This double uphill is everything that the Lites bikes can give.
Inside for the lead. Here goes Villopoto. Canard has better momentum. Villopoto switches the line to the inside. Stays in that number one spot.
Villopoto to the inside. Canard railing the outside. Remember, this was Villopoto's kryptonite earlier this year. This is the battle for the overall. Villopoto was first. Canard was second. If Canard can hang on, pressure Villopoto into a mistake possibly, he will be the overall winner.
Oh. Front end just tucked under there a little bit on Ryan Villopoto. Great job, good strength to hang on to it.
That's what you have to do to a multi-time champion who seems unbeatable. You have to keep the pressure on, make him make the mistakes. You ride, and Villopoto off to the inside.
Does this look familiar? This was East Coast Lites Supercross 2008. Canard Villopoto. We've seen this many times before. And Canard, with every round of the Motocross Championship, Jeff, gets better and better. He's getting into his motocross groove. Villopoto on the inside.
Oh, he pinches Canard off. Has to back off before the big gulp, and Villopoto takes the lead.
There was no wasting time there. On the back wheel, stands it up through and says, see ya, I'm gone. You can make me work for it for the first 2 or 3 laps, and then once I get into my rhythm and get up to my speed, I'm out of here. Reminiscent of Moto 1. Let's go back to that. Let's relive that because it was so decisive, so definite.
Such an aggressive pass by Ryan Villopoto going for the lead. Comes over to the inside, and then you see him move to his left. Totally shuts off Trey Canard. Very aggressive pass.
So a change up front, and Ryan Dungey on board. The rockstar Makita Suzuki hanging tough in third. After in-depth analysis and enough motorcycle racing news and results to keep your adrenaline pumping, SpeedTV.com is the place to go. It's your online motorsports authority, especially for motorcycle racing news. SpeedTV.com. Lee Diffie, Jeff Emig, Aaron Bates with you here at Budds Creek, Maryland for round 7. We're into the second half of the 2008 AMA Toyota Motocross Championship, and you are watching a brilliant display. Yet another one from Kawasaki's Ryan Villopoto. This is incredible. He boasts a 100-point lead in this championship. And this isn't about Motocross Lites. Yes, he's going for a 3rd consecutive championship, but this is part of the build-up process to go to the big class and to take on James Stewart next year.
Well, and the rookie here, 48, Trey Canard, has been giving Ryan Villopoto, our veteran, our champion, some fits, but hanging right in there. Villopoto starting to slip away just a little bit. The sophomore, Ryan Dungey, putting in a very strong ride, but was 3rd the first moto, with Canard 2nd. So this is for 2nd overall still. Dungey working hard. Let's see if he can muster up a little more speed, take this position from Canard.
At the conclusion of the opening moto, Aaron spoke with Ryan Dungey. He said it's going to take a lot of heart to beat Villopoto. At the moment, Villopoto is 3.9 seconds in the lead over Canard. Dungey is 2.5 seconds behind Canard, but he's got a 7-second buffer over this man here, Josh Grant, who will be enjoying a much stronger position than the opening moto, where he had to come through the entire field. Look at this here. Brett Metcalfe fighting hard with the 57 of Ryan Sipes.
That's for 5th place. Metcalfe now up into 5th place. We've seen him come from outside the top 10, putting on very strong rides the first moto. Now once again in the 2nd moto. He's had some great lines here today, and the rougher the track gets, the better Brett Metcalfe is.
Behind these boys, Davalos, Cunningham, Izzi, and Brayton. That's the top 10 at the moment.
4th place from the first moto was Weimer. Weimer back in 12th at the moment.
Here is the KTM of Martin Davalos. And an improved running from him as well in comparison to his first moto. We've seen better from Martin this year, but he is getting stronger as the season grows older. The 58 of Kyle Cunningham. Super run in the opening moto.
7th in first moto, running 8th right now. Just very strong rides, showing a lot of speed. Here's the man that was dialed in at the beginning of Moto 1, Nico Izzi. Really seemed like he let it all out there and just had some phenomenal laps, and since then he's backed off the pace a little.
Tell us more about Nico, Aaron.
Guys, I spoke to him right on the starting gate and asked him what exactly went on during that first moto. He said he was so excited to be up front, just challenging the leader. He used up every bit of energy that he had. He said he forgot to breathe. He said it's, you know, a rookie mistake, but one that he doesn't plan on making again.
Well, it takes some years to get into that condition where you are in that high pressure, tense situation and actually remember to breathe. It seems like it's something so easy to do, but it's tough at that pace. But he could have learned something today, and that's what Suzuki wants out of him. They want him to keep learning and keep progressing.
Josh Grant has company. It is the pro circuit. Kawasaki to fight for 4th. Metcalfe is just on a mission.
That was close. Metcalfe, if he was another bike link closer, he would have been able to just drop the hammer and push Grant out of the way. See, Grant looks really conservative right now. Metcalfe, on the other hand, just letting it all hang out, trying insides, outsides. Let's see if this outside carries a little more momentum to Grant's inside line.
It's appropriate we see a Honda and a Kawasaki because they're the two marks that have been dominant here for years at Budds Creek in the lights class. And you have to go all the way back. Well, in 2001, Mike Brown won, and that was aboard a Yamaha. There was another rider on a Yamaha who won back in 1992. I think I know him.
The conditions were a little different, but Metcalfe makes the position. I was fortunate enough to grab the overall in 92 and win the championship. It'd be in the final round. Take a look at Josh Grant, though. He's taking a look down at his bike. Not sure if it's something physical or an issue with the bike.
18 minutes to go in this moto, and Brett Metcalfe just continues to get stronger and faster. Now in the top 4, how far can he go?
This weekend on Speed.
We're back at Budds Creek. The AMA Toyota Motocross Lites Championship continues, and Ryan Villopoto continues to dominate. However, there's a problem here for Josh Grant. He seems to be dropping back. He's losing positions, whether there's a mechanical, whether it's physical, we don't know, but he's falling back into the clutches of Martin Davalos right now. We'll take you back a short time ago before we went to the break. Take a look at this.
This is Metcalfe getting around the outside of Grant. Now to the inside, just squares him up on the off-camber. Superb line choice for Metcalfe, who's just been working his way forward all day long. Strong ride, trying to get up into the podium positions.
Well, we know what a brilliant rider Josh Grant is. Maybe he used up his energy stores in that opening moto, having to come from last into the top 10. It was the ride of the race.
Yeah, it could be. His body language is just a little bit off. It's a little bit, oh! Foot comes off the peg there. Just his body language doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem aggressive. Not sure what the issue is, but lap time is just really falling off the pace. A 2:04, our leader's 1:58. Grant's fastest lap time is a 2-minute flat, so he's about 4 seconds off the pace right now.
I think we've been remiss to mention with some strength, Jeff, just how hot it is here today in Southern Maryland. Look at Martin Davalos flying through on the inside of Josh Grant. Grant fights it. He's resisting this challenge. Temperatures in the 90s here today. The boys are having to work hard.
There's no doubt about that. And Martin Davalos, not quite to start these, oh, what an aggressive move by Davalos. Absolutely bonsais that turn all the way to the outside, and I think Grant's gonna get it back.
He is really resisting this challenge from the KTM rider, but he can no longer. Davalos is through.
Wow, what an incredible ride for Davalos. He's letting it all hang out.
That was for 6th. Now look at Kyle Cunningham. He's lining up for a shot as well and gets the easy passage through.
That's what I'm talking about, Lee. You see Grant on the outside, just not really showing a lot of aggression, just coasting around. Basically let Cunningham by. Doesn't make that tabletop. You see him right now just off the throttle. I just hope he's okay. You know, that there's not some injury or bruise or something, that he tweaked an ankle or knee or something of the sort in this moto, because he had a fantastic start, put on a great ride the first moto, really looked fast today and very, very physically fit.
Let's bring you up to date. It's Villopoto almost 10 seconds clear of Honda's Trey Canard. Is it going to be yet another 1-1 result for Ryan Villopoto? Ryan Dungey is in 3rd. Metcalfe is some 18 seconds behind Ryan Dungey. So there's some work to do there. Here's our race leader, and is in just superb form. Has only lost 1 moto this year in Motocross Lites competition, and that, ironically, was the opening moto of the year.
Just putting on a riding clinic here in the 2nd moto. Ryan just has such a unique style, propelled him to the lead. He is totally dominating here today at Budds Creek.
Smooth, confident, strong. No errors here. And Josh Grant may be calling it a day. We'll tell you more when we come back. This is just a few moments ago while we're in the break. Not fatigue, not mechanical, but an injury of some description. Josh Grant hobbling in the mechanics area, trying to get back on the bike to get a lift back to the transporter.
Yeah, that was the right ankle area. We've seen him catch that. He had backed off the pace before that, and then we've seen him clip that his right foot. Hope he's okay.
2 other riders have had the 3-peat in Motocross Lites competition at Budds Creek. Steve Lampson, back in the mid to late 90s, went 1, 2, 3, and then more recently, James Stewart, 02, 03, 04, 3 consecutive victories. This young man, this incredibly talented rider, who is getting physically more stronger, he's getting physically bigger in preparation for next year, is just moments away from getting the 3-peat as well, and joining those 2 sensational riders with such an accomplishment at a wonderfully challenging circuit. 11.2 seconds out in front for Ryan Villopoto. Now, just to revisit the Josh Grant story, we'll take you back and show you something, and that may fill in some of the details more. Jeff, I'll hand it to you.
Yeah, you take a look at the replay here. Grant comes in and he catches right here. This is when he goes sideways. That's when he made the mistake. A couple riders got by there. There was another incident just after that, a few laps later, in the same area where he caught his right foot. That could be the issue that has forced him to retire here at the second moto. As far as Villopoto goes, right now, he's out there racing the lights class, like you said, but oh, we have a huge crash.
This is a mess, and it's the 48 of Trey Canard. Trey Canard tangled up.
That's with the lapped rider.
Oh my goodness.
Canard limping just a tad bit.
The other rider, we cannot identify who it is just yet until we see a number, trying to explain his situation to Trey Canard. That was quite the tangle.
That was second overall.
Michael Pugrab was the rider tangled there.
Yeah, Canard had second place locked up. It's just a 2-2 going here today. Watch the right of your screen. Just gets tangled. Oh. Canard comes across. Canard comes from the inside out. Pugrab was running around the outside, and they came together. You know, Canard was trying to draw a line more like this instead of holding tight here. Wow. So unfortunate for Canard and Pugrab that was just had a great ride going.
Is Canard done? Can he refire the bike? Will he get going again? It's all about championship points for the 48 of the right of your screen.
Running in the number 2 position.
Just when you think things are set in stone, how dramatically, how quickly they can change. Nothing changing for this man up front though. Ryan Villopoto just flying.
On a mission. You notice him pre-jumping that. He almost got the front wheel a little high. Pre-jumping off the braking bumps, heading up to that. Just phenomenal talent here in technique from Villopoto. And he's preparing himself for the Motocross Championship next year, raising his confidence level, building his body. And you know his trainer, Randy Lawrence, is not letting up one bit. This is where you build that body and everything to prepare himself to race against James Stewart, who is in the motocross class is on a mission also.
All right, you happy for me to put you on the spot? Has he got something for James next year?
I think he definitely will.
We look forward to that. We look forward to the end of this one. Stick around, we're not done with yet. Appropriate. Give your phone a shot of adrenaline. Sign up for green alerts from Speed and get the latest motorcycle news and results. Simply text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. The closing stages of the second moto here at Budds Creek in Maryland. Ryan Villopoto, or Villo Podium as he's now known. This has just been superb.
Has been on the gas, has been strong. Everything that we've come to expect from Ryan Villopoto, that's what he has showed us today outside of Trey Canard, which was our fastest qualifier, was running second. That was the only chink in his armor this weekend.
Speaking of Trey Canard, Aaron has tracked him down.
Well, guys, not where he wants to be. He's leaned up against the fence here. Trey, lapper got in the way. Take us through what happened.
What's that?
What happened out there?
I just hit a lapper and took both of us out. We were stuck and couldn't get my bike started. It was just too long.
Disappointing and upsetting for Trey Canard. More than anything, he wants to be up there challenging the leader.
Well, that is just gut-wrenching.
Well, it's a real momentum killer is the deal, because you gain the confidence, you learn how to run the speed, runs up front with Villopoto, and each week you inch a little closer. Like I mentioned, he had actually qualified faster, fastest of everyone, but faster than Villopoto this morning. Okay, that's no hard. I mean, that's a very hard job to do, you know. And so he was getting closer, having a good second moto, building the foundation towards success, but this just takes and crumbles it all.
It elevates Dungey to second, Metcalfe to third, Ryan Sipes aboard his KTM to fourth, Martin Davalos to fifth, Cunningham sixth. What a weekend for him. Nico Izzi is seventh, Matt Gerke is eighth, Brayton and Chisholm 9 and 10.
Chisholm, after qualifying third fastest, his best ever, running in 10th. He did not parlay that good gate pick of third into a good hole shot, and that's why he's just running in 10th now.
Here is the Rockstar Makita Suzuki of Ryan Dungey, 17 seconds in arrears of our race leader. Nonetheless, great championship points, and it will be a very productive weekend here in Budds Creek for the Suzuki man as we come to the end of round 7 Motocross Lights. Of Nations here at Budds Creek last year, and Ryan Villopoto, our championship leader, our race leader, was just stunning.
Unstoppable.
To win the way he did, to lead the United States to victory, was just incredible. And the conviction, the way he did it, was just beyond his years. It just shows what we're in for in the years to come from this young rider.
Yeah, and to put it into comparison here, the only other rider that was on a Lites bike /125 to win both of his motos in the Motocross of Nations was the great Johnny O'Mara in Maggiore, Italy, back in the 80s. And so for Villopoto to come here, he actually won a moto against Ricky Carmichael here last year. And ironically, the rider that sets in second place, Ryan Dungey, his trainer and mentor and coach is Johnny O'Mara.
Well, so it's just amazing to be used in the same sentence as riders like that, but that's what he's all about. That's where he's going. That's where he's headed. And he's headed towards a third consecutive Budds Creek round victory. He's headed towards a third consecutive Motocross Lights Championship before being elevated to the motocross class next year. The 57 of Ryan Sipes has had a wonderful weekend here in Budds Creek. He's got Davalos chasing him down though. Davalos is only a second behind him. Look how close they are now. Davalos has got the momentum.
And it's looking like we're going to be about 4 to go. This battle is totally blowing up, and it's
Davalos on the inside. Sipes comes back. This is Metcalfe up ahead. It's 3, 4, and 5, and it's far from over.
The MDK KTM riders, teammates, swapping it up here. Metcalfe really coming under the pressure. Boom!
Down goes Sipes.
Sipes, this is a very wet, tricky, rutted section. Keeps the engine running. You heard him just, he gets through the banners clean. Izzi just behind. Let's see if there's something. Nope. Sipes is back on it, but gave up a couple of 2 or 3 positions.
And as he works back into the groove, Davalos, I think, may have got by Metcalfe. We'll show you the replay first. Watch the rider in the middle.
Sipes right here just starts it. There was an inside line. He was just outside of that. Lost the front wheel.
Here he is, back into the groove. He's up and going again. Lost several positions though. And that's a shame so late in the race when he'd put in such a productive ride. Look how rutted up this track is getting.
Come down after the big gulp here into the freeway is what they call it. It's anything but a freeway late here in the second moto. Bumps everywhere.
Time is almost up, 30 seconds to go. It's a 30-minute plus 2-lap moto, as always. 20 seconds out in front is Ryan Villopoto over Ryan Dungey. Did Davalos get Metcalfe? Yes, he did. We thought it looked that way as they were heading off down the big drop. And the KTM is flying. Martin Davalos has been outstanding in this second moto.
And his line choice has just been phenomenal. He's got away from some of the insides. He started riding some of the wider lines where it's a bit smoother. You see him coming past a lapped rider here. Just putting on a phenomenal charge after a 10th place in the first moto. Up to 4th here in Moto 2.
He finished 3rd in the second moto at Red Bud a week ago. He's going to finish third here at Budds Creek if he can stay where he is. Getting better as the season grows older. How about adding 2 wheels? 101 cars you must drive. You can join comedian Alonzo Bowden, who takes us on a wonderful journey, goes behind the wheel of all of them. Can you believe that? That's Monday at 9, 101 cars you must drive.
I'll be watching that. Alonzo's hilarious. Fantastic cars on there also.
Something that's not that funny if you're behind this man is how far out in front Ryan Villopoto is. Continuing Kawasaki's domination in the Motocross Lites, not only of this year, the past several years, and for many years here at Budds Creek.
Well, and it all stems from the team owner of the Pro Circuit Monster Energy Kawasaki team, Mitch Pate, the most successful team owner, and he's the satellite team of all time in the Lights division, dating way back to the Split Fire peak days, and just so dedicated to giving his riders and his team the very best equipment out there. And just a wonderful union that they've had between Kawasaki and Pro Circuit, now with Monster Energy on board, helping fund the success.
Villopoto predicted the track would go the way that it has, as you see just how hard it's becoming, how rutted up it's becoming. Look at that, there's a tough block of hay bale out in the middle of the circuit down through the downhill as he comes up on Mike Brown, a 2-time winner here at Budds Creek.
Former Lights champion.
Rounds him up. Mike is back in 18th position at the moment. But Ryan predicted the track would go this way, and he said, the rougher, the tougher, the more rutted up it gets, the more I like it.
And he really does excel. You see these long ruts coming through here. His aggressiveness through the turns and just his technique and how he just absolutely hammers these deep ruts. And he just shows a tremendous amount of skill. And specifically in that skill, it's the balance through the ruts to not turn too sharp or to high side the bike. He just threads the needle perfectly.
Watch him carefully, watch how much movement there is on the bike. His weight forward, his weight back. He's constantly over the rear guard, trying to get maximum traction as he climbs the uphill sections. The undulation on the Budds Creek circuit is just phenomenal. Television doesn't do it justice. These boys are constantly up and down. Forget about the jumps, it's just uphill, downhill, all the time, very little time to rest, as Villopoto is finally on his way home.
That's Sean Borkenhagen that he's working his way past. Rider that had a very serious injury a couple of years ago. Wasn't even sure that his career would get to continue, but now has moved up to the professional ranks, and he's seeing what it's like for #1 to go by.
Good job was the word, the message on the pit board. It's an outstanding job. 19 seconds.
I think they just leave that on there. His mechanic just, I mean, what else can you say? He just completely dominates. Just he's strong, he's fit.
Even though it's late in the race, let's take you right back to the beginning, the progressive whole shot replay.
And you notice this turn is a 90-degree turn here. Trey Canard has this one all the way. Last year, the track ran in opposite direction. It was a 180-degree turn. This year, much safer at a 90 degrees. But Villopoto, all he needs is a good start, not a great start.
If you've just joined us,
win it.
Trey Canard, who won the whole shot, is out of this race. He was running second, a very strong second. He made this man work for it in the opening laps. He got tangled with a lapped rider, came down, and that was the end of his second moto, and puts a big dent in his championship points tally as well. And it seems nothing will dent this man's championship points tally, going from strength to strength.
Villopoto, 18.9 seconds out over Ryan Dungey, who sets in second place. And Villopoto not letting off one bit, just out to demoralize the competition and prepare himself for what will be his greatest challenge next year when he steps up into the motocross class. But as for now, Villopoto is dominant. He is the man in motocross lights.
This is the 14th moto of the season. And this man here, Ryan Villopoto, wins his 13th consecutive Motocross Lights moto. Unbelievable, and gets his third consecutive Budds Creek win. The scrap is on for third. Davalos defending from Metcalfe. Time is running out. Metcalfe needs to get it done right here, right now.
This is what Metcalfe needs, is this position. A fourth will be good enough for Brett to lock down third overall in the final position on the podium, as Dungey will grab second with a 3-2.
Davalos will get it. Consecutive third places in the final moto at Red Bud and here at Budds Creek. Well done, Metcalfe. Solid ride. And it's yet another Kawasaki day. When we come back, we'll hear from our winner.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
As we show you the second moto results on the Toyota Trucks scoreboard, Villopoto undefeated, unbeaten here at Budds Creek. That is quite the accomplishment. A couple of other riders we need to highlight there. Martin Davalos getting up onto the podium for the moto, not the overall. And Kyle Cunningham, just outstanding.
Outstanding effort all day for Cunningham to be inside the top 10.
All right, let's hear
Phenomenal
from the man who is the one to beat.
Ryan Villopoto is unstoppable once again. It doesn't seem to matter which direction this track is heading. Ryan, is there anything that can hold you back?
You know, there's a lot of mistakes to be made, and that's what, as a rider, that's what you try to correct and not have happen. So, yeah, there's definitely things that can be thrown in there, and you got to work through them if they get thrown in there. And I just couldn't have done it without my team, Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and Jeff Fox Parts Unlimited, and Thor, Maxima, Bridgestone, Scott, Vans, KMC, Toyota Escondido. You know, mom and dad and girlfriend, thanks guys.
Congratulations on extending your points lead once again.
Thank you.
Looks pretty comfortable, doesn't he, after such a dominating performance, as we show you the Toyota Motocross Lites overall results for this round 7. And remember, at round 6, Villopoto got his 16th Motocross Lites win at the previous round, tied with Guy Airtime Cooper for 5th, and now he continues to move ahead to bigger and better things. Unbelievable. Time now to go back with Aaron Bates and hear more from the guys who achieved great things today.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen Ryan Dungey back up on the podium. Ryan, obviously a good feeling for you, but today this track seemed to work in your favor.
Yeah, it did. I feel like I fell into my groove really good. You know, the 4 practices we got to set up the bike nice, and made a pretty big change before the first moto, but it ended up working out to really good. So I couldn't have done it without all my sponsors, my team, Rockstar Makita Suzuki, and all my family. It's a fun day. I really had a good time.
Way to battle through the heat and humidity. Great job.
I appreciate it.
Another solid ride from Ryan.
No doubt, Dungey was on the gas today. Learned a little bit today, made some changes to the bike. That's what you want to do. Keep getting a little better each and every race.
And take a look at that, the all-time win scoreboard for Motocross Lites, and Villopoto rapidly climbing that order.
He's more than halfway. He's almost to Stewart at 28.
It was a solid day for another Kawasaki rider. Let's hear from him. He's with Aaron.
Overcame a separated shoulder, the first podium of the season. Brett, congratulations, you made it up on the box.
Man, I'm so stoked. It's just awesome that I've been digging so deep and I'm finally riding better again and feeling some health back. And I couldn't have done it without the support of my my whole crew, the whole team, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Thor Parts, and everyone else. Thanks.
First Lights podium of the 2008 season. Great result.
Well, certainly would have expected Metcalfe to be up there, but now he's dialed in. But it's number 1 that is just really setting the mark.
Budds Creek done for another year. How did you like that? There was plenty to talk about. And as far as the AMA Toyota Motocross Lights Championship, we look forward to Unadilla Valley Sports Center in New Berlin, New York. Hope you can join us for that. On behalf of the whole team, we'll see you next time.